Wednesday, May 6th, 7:09 p.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. Happy hump day, middle of the week. A week has passed since the FOMC meeting. Plus, we're completed the last month of April. Enough time for the markets to react, think through. So we'll look at the futures, multiple time frames. From the far right would be the weekly. The middle would be the daily. And the left would be the intraday 4-hour. Current situation is the futures markets are open right now. 8 p.m., we have part of Asia market start opening. So on the far right, look up, new high, broke through the all-time high. Yep, on the weekly. S&P 500 futures all-time high. Strong market, bullish. Daily chart, yep, today hit that all-time new high. Big move up. Again, this yellow candle to the right is the new market since we opened again 6 p.m. this evening. It's a lot of energy used to get up there. Expect a retracement. So here on the left chart, that vertical line was the day the FOMC meeting occurred. Since then, the market, stock index, S&P 500 futures, continue higher, staircase pattern, higher high. Label some levels. I'll be looking for pullbacks, potential trades. So let's take this to the cash on the daily chart and put it for a year. There we go. Zoom in from year to date. Here's the low for the year. Again, today we made the high for the year. We have a gapped up today. Gap here, gap here. Gaps have not been filled yet. Just to show you the situation with the cash market, since you can't see this the same on the futures market. Now let's go to the 10-year yield. On the monthly on the right, we already made a new high, rejected it, retracing back into that green candle. Again, huge consolidation here. So from the lows of the year down here, and this retracement from here, in the consolidation phase, still bullish bias. Still looking for the yields to remain high and higher probability closer to the third quarter of the year. Or no, if we're going to have a rate increase. And on the daily chart here in the middle, yep, we had the consolidation, trend up, consolidation, staircase pattern down, and reversed, forming a cup and handle. Today, we broke this trend line. It was a good trend line too. So I drew it. It was key. Nice. Broke it. Closed below it. I'm going to remove it. It's not valid anymore. We haven't taken out the swing low here yet. Nope. We're just doing a retracement. And on the far left, the intraday. From here, look, again, that day in the FOMC, and we're trending down into here. Key demand zone. Let's go look at the US dollar index. Yeah, look at here on the far right, the high of the year, the low of the year. Huge amount of consolidation occurring. So we broke the low of last week. And currently for this week, look at that dodgy wick on the top. Couldn't even test the midpoint of that weekly there, which I've drawn out. Wicks down here, buyers stepping in down here. Again, this has been accumulation area down here. And the weekly candle's not done yet. nor do we take out that swing low. So again, this has been acting as accumulation, buyers down here. Unless we get a break and close down here, the bulls are still in control, holding here. On the daily chart, we had that big red candle sell-off. We had that retracement, testing midpoint here, a little dodgy candle, and reversed. Today, big sell-off, broke that swing low, tested that swing low and broke it. This swing low right here. And buyers immediately stepped in. Confirmation, what we're seeing on the higher time frame, the weekly, seeing here on the lower time frame, the daily. Let's update this too. There we go. Now here on the 4-hour intraday. From that day, the FOMC meeting here on the far left, the dollar is lower in the demand zone, and that's where buyers are right now. Go over to the commodities, crude oil. So I have positions I put on late last week, and I added more this morning on crude oil. I'm bullish oil and buying on the dips. Today was a great opportunity to be buying a dip. The weekly, yep, broke the low of last week, making lower highs, lower lows, and already have that big wick down here. Big consolidation here too. The daily chart, the middle. Yep, that was today's candle. Overnight, big sell-off, continuing, and a big wick here, showing much interest in their strong wick. The far left, intraday. Again, I bought here today. Nice opportunity. And since then, we've done this consolidation, imbalance area here, and I labeled midpoint that big wick. Let's go on to the natural gas. I still have bullish positions on my natural gas too. The weekly. Yep, near the lows of the year. Last week, we made that nice green candle, engulfing candle, bullish engulfing candle. And as expected, higher high, higher low currently forming this week. Nice. Opportunity still to be putting on more positions. The daily chart, again, big green candle last week, engulfing, expect a midpoint test in there possibly, or expect some kind of mid-test. That candle, and looking here on the daily chart, that's what's happening right there. Imbalance area, came into it today, see that big red candle, and buyers immediately stepped in near the bottom of it. Nice. Good for my positions. So there we go. And the intraday 4-hour chart here, same thing. Big imbalance area in there, multiple buyers stepping in. Nice. More confirmation, bulls. Let's go on to the next commodities, metals. So gold, I had gold position I put on near the end of last week, and we had a run up last night in gold. So I closed my gold positions this morning for profits. Happy camper. Again, selling into strength. That's a positive, good money management. Buying on the pullbacks on weakness, which I did on crude oil, is a good money management. Hopefully you understand how that strategy works. Think about it. Somebody wants to buy gold when it's taking off like a rocket ship. And I'm selling it to them. Banking my money. Yeah, there could be more movement on the upside, but I secured my asset, sold my asset, got paid for it. Cash. So now someone has to risk. Since they bought at the high, is it going to go higher? Is it going to reverse? Consolidation. I have less stress, freed up my profit to reload into other positions. The weekly chart. Yep. Again, here's the low of the year. Did a Fibonacci. Since that inside candle, we broke below gold. That was last week. And that's when I bought my positions last week. Nice. This week, same thing. Look at these forming big wicks on the bottom. Breaking that 0.382. And buyers defending it, holding up there. Nice. Again, I'm in cash. No more gold positions. So if gold pulls back further on the low, I'll be looking buying the dips. And here again on gold on the daily. Yep, here's a big area. I'm thinking we might see it slowly grind down here. Again, this could go up a little bit higher and work its way, staircase pattern, lower, low, lower, low. And then maybe we see gold later in the year take off like a rocket ship. But as of right now, it's a slow grind down. Again, the daily chart, huge move up today, selling to strength. So I'm going to remove this, swing low, which again, I bought here last week. And on the upside, I might see how things play out for a bearish opportunity in the intraday. Here's the FOMC meeting. That day, consolidation went lower and it took off. Like I said, since last night, nice move up. And now we have here big consolidation, a lot of indecision up here. I already labeled my key levels, or I might even reload on the downside. But on a higher time frame, I'm telling you, what I'm seeing is it looks like it's building what might be a lower lows. All right, let's go on to silver. The weekly chart, similar, just like gold. Silver's even stronger on the weekly here. Yeah, look at that. Already, yep, breaking above that. Daily chart, same pattern. Strong move up today. And intraday, yep. Let's take this to the crypto Bitcoin. So the gap got filled here. I can remove that now. And again, the weekly's not done yet, but we're breaking above, trending up, higher highs, higher lows out of this consolidation. What was a big weakness down here. And intraday, daily right here. Today forming that bearish pin bar. Potential buying area down here. And the daily chart, the intraday on the far left. Yeah, they grind it up slowly, blow off top up here, nearly forming a bearish pin bar, and of course a sell-off. So that's the current situation with the broad market futures. Next week, still on the schedule, is the president to travel to China. I think it's May 14th and 15th. It's a summit. It hasn't got canceled. It hasn't got rescheduled. Yep. So as we get closer into those days, I'm expecting a lot of nonsense politician comments to come out, which might pump certain markets and fear other markets. So that's the current situation. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you kindly for your support.